Okay, so today is the 9th of December 2023, and we are going into the Christmas season flat out. If you are where we are up here, feels like it's all happening. And I'm just fiddling with my camera a little bit here. And just trying to change my view back to what I had. I shouldn't have fiddled. Just give me 1 second. Here we go. All right, so I'd like to just start the session just by congratulating Monica Dube. She's not here with us now. She's hopped off again. But she got a new distributor started this last week. And we are very excited about that. A good start to the month for Monica. So if we're collecting Monicas, as you can see. But anyway, so as we review this year, would anybody like to kick off with something that they've learned or they have felt that has been really positive for them in 2023? A noisy silence. Well, I'm just patting us all on the back that we're all still here. I love that little poem about not quitting. And also I love those stories of miners who quit digging and they were less than a meter from the diamond or the gold or whatever it was. And that's a particular story here in South Africa outside Welkom. There's a place called something Dorp. What's it called, Rob? And there's a stone there showing where the miners stopped. They were 1 meter from the biggest gold find in the southern hemisphere or the world. Of course, eventually others did find it. And that, I think, is one of our takeaways, that we need to be aware that if we're not doing it, somebody else will. So it's onwards and upwards as we go into the new year. Andre,
Can I add a story?
Add, please.
Can I add a little story in that context? There's also the story, and I think it's true, but I don't know, of this mad land. And he was trying to farm it without great success, and he eventually got fed up with his lot in life, so to speak, and so he decided to go and seek his fortune, and he gave his land or sold land to someone else. Someone else came to that same plot of land and started looking around, and he noticed that there was something different about the rocks and stones around, and he started digging, and I believe, although I could be wrong, that it was the diamonds are in your own plot. You don't have to go looking elsewhere. That's an important message for us in this business, because we tend to think, well, all the good
Connection, Andre.
I am here where we are. We farm our own earth, and we will find the people that are looking for us.
Andre, that is so, reminds me of many years ago. In our Saturday group, we do have Dawn Chapman, and I know that she really appreciates everything that we put up there. And she used to have a monthly meeting with Dr. Barry at her house in former days. And I remember Barry over and over saying exactly what you've just said. To me in particular, say, Monica, go and work your backyard. Work around the area where you are. Took me years to learn that, but that is my focus for the new year. And I suppose, as I've been thinking a lot about the onward journey for Rob's and my business, your backyard can also be your your social media backyard as well. But do not underestimate your backyard. It is where the diamonds actually are. So, Andre, at this point, we haven't really planned much for today, but I thought I should just give a little bit of rundown on markets. Would that be a good idea? To explain how I do markets. Is that okay? And I know, Herman, you're particularly thinking of going in this direction. So within the first month, I think that I joined Neolife, I did my first market, and it was in a passageway at the training college for the training college staff. Somebody said, let's see if what he can, some people got things to sell, let's see what they are. And I think that was my kind of leap of faith, and it was an incredible way into getting to know people who I was working with. So backyard is almost like becoming a theme for today, Andre, because we wonder how we're going to meet people half the time. Once we've worked our warm group, we need to keep meeting people. Okay, so I keep my eye out, and it was very easy when my kids were at school, because then I would see that there wasn't a school thing going on. I suggest to you that you contact the schools around you and find out when they're doing family fun days, Christmas markets, midwinter markets. That's another one that's going on. I am actually on a market group, which drives me crazy, because there are a lot of people out there who make their entire living from doing a market every Saturday. I can't do that. I don't have the energy for it. But if that was all I was doing, that would be my work. So if you can get onto one of those groups, you know, but it's up to you how you want to use the market for making your business go forward. In terms of the company rules, it used to be that we were not allowed to set ourselves up at a weekly market, such as here in Johannesburg, in Rosebank Shopping Center on the roof. There's a very famous market that's every Sunday, and every boot seller, and you can get wonderful things at that market. I go maybe once every second year at this time of the year. Or else, so, I sort of know, some of you know Marion in our team. She will be, as we're talking now, she does a weekly market. It's a farmer's market, but she's not doing Neolife there. She's selling her calendars and blah, 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 her soaps and things that she does as another sideline. So you will find those kind of markets, but I find for me, those speciality ones, such as schools, churches, they're very useful, and they're also quite sort of safe. Monica, of course, you also let us know about the local church one. And again, very nice way to get to meet people. Now, what I always do is it's an investment. So remember, whenever you spend any money on something like this, you are investing in your business. I suggest, in terms of Johannesburg costs, anything between 300 and 500 Rand for a table is reasonable. There have been many markets that I've done at about a 500 Rand for the day, and I have not sold one thing, but I have a trick. So I will always have one product, usually Super 10 or LDC, which I will be, in inverted commas, raffling. And I often think to myself, Monica, you're so stupid. You should actually raffle it. I should get some money in from it and give that money to a charity. So for example, at St. David's, they've got where Alistair went to school, they've got a foundation. I should be, and I will next time, say any donations will go straight to the foundation. So I type up a sheet And I usually have about 4 or 5 of them with about 20 spaces for names and for my raffle sheet. I sometimes will put an odd question like, how old is Neolife? And everybody's they're very serious about getting the right answer, because somewhere in the back of their minds, they know that if in the old days they would have won something if they got the answer right. But I do the old-fashioned kind of raffle thing. So I have a name, a place for phone number, and email. Now, the email part of it, or the phone number, is quite important. I have sometimes put in a column that says, are you okay to receive marketing information kind of idea? And they will say yes or no. If you get your yes, you say yeah. You say no, that's fine. But that is to cover us with the POPI Act, as far as I know. We are not allowed to spam. We're not allowed to in any way harass people when it comes to marketing. And we're getting it all the time on our phones. I don't know about you, but and there's a lot of scammers out there. So it's quite important that you get that tick. If on your sheet, I will ask them. Now, the point about this is a clipboard. I have my sheet on my table. I will have, and this is a tip for you. Do not overload your table with too much product. However, you definitely need to have Super 10 and all the cleaning products there. I have focused in the last couple I've done on just the basics, Trianin, if there's Pro Vitality around, that sort of thing, and the children's Vita Squares. Always have those. The irony of the whole thing is that I will carry in another cool box, I will bring along some unopened, so I will just have on my table samples or empty bottles. And I will have in a cool box a CalMag, an Omega, a vitamin C, a vitamin B, a basic the ones that have been around for a long time. Because as sure as nuts, someone will come, oh, you're still here. We never heard of you for years. My grandmother used to do this every single time. And they smile at you. Oh, I used to be a distributor, and all those sort of stories come through. Oh, I need CalMag. So obviously it's useful to have. Now, if you don't have the stock with you, then you've got your paper, and on the person's giving you the phone number, and I always have my receipt book with you. Can I take your order now? Would you like to pay now? Can I send you my bank details? And when would it be good to deliver, or can you come and collect from me? So you can build new customers immediately from the market. Sometimes it's useful not to have the product there, because then it gives you another excuse to speak to the person again. Remember, the rule book says we need to talk to people sometimes up to 6 or 7 times before you'll get any business. So a good market will give me approximately 40 names. Fortune is in the follow-up. Let me tell you, to go through those 40 names takes a long time. Either you can phone them back, and then if you watch the space in terms of your email or your newsletter or your WhatsApp group or whatever, you start building connection with them. Some will indicate that they would like to come to a meeting. Some will say they want nothing. I have very few, almost none, ever say that they don't want any marketing information. They want information. So there's a big job for each one of us in terms of the follow-up on whatever you have got from those names from your market. I never go to a market anticipating to sell a great deal. The table next to me at the Christmas market a month ago today, the place next to me, and I've been doing this in David's Christmas market for 5 years. So my table is now established. People if they come regularly, you know they're going to see me there. And next to me is the woman who sells dresses. And a cheap dress was 2,000 Rand. You can see I don't buy dresses very often. And she was selling quite a lot of dresses. I think everybody was a little bit, I had a feeling that people were not selling as much as normal, which is fitting in with our economy at the moment. I certainly usually sell at one of these markets. I usually sell enough to get my 300 to 500 Rand back in profit. I usually, and the main things I'm selling are normally the cleaning products. There will always be at least one Super 10. There will be at least 1 or 2 LDCs. And then what has come out of the St. David's market now is at least once a year from 2 or 3 people, I get orders for 5 liters of Super 10. So what I'm saying to you is you're building relationship at your market. The person gets your number on their phone with a big golden product or something next to it, and they phone you for their cleaning stuff when they need it. And that for me is where the power of the market lies. I will sneak a little bit of my other side hustle, some of my marmalade on the side, which always seems to be a bit of a contradiction to the health side of near life. But that I sell, that goes quite quickly, and it also is another talking point. So what you have to do at a market, you have to have a tablecloth. You have to have a bit of product to put out there on your table and arrange it nicely. You have to have business cards. You take along, or a flyer. You can print your own, just something to give them. You have to have your clipboard with your 3 to 4 pages. So, and if Rob and I both, we've got 2 clipboards, and you're stepping out and you've got your raffle. And I'm raffling out usually a Super 10 with a spray bottle. Another good one, also in that 200 to 300 Rand category, is a bottle of aloe juice. At the market we did in July, Rob, you remember, the winner won the aloe. And he can't drink aloe for some unknown reason. So we swapped that out immediately for him with Trianen. And I still have him top of my list. I've got to follow up with him. So follow up is it's a waste of time if you don't follow up. For me, because I am the peacock type, Andre, as you say, I love meeting people. And what was so fabulous with that meeting in July, at that market in July, was that I reconnected with a ton of people who we'd lost touch with because of COVID. So that is also the nice thing. If it's in your backyard, oh, I don't know you were doing this. Oh, are you still doing this thing? Oh, have you got that one that you said was good for bathing? You know, it's all that kind of get the names, collect the names, build the relationship, and it builds your own confidence as well, because it's a ready audience. You don't have to go and look for all these people. They're coming past you anyway. Is that enough about markets, Andre? Does that sort it for you? Just as another thing, just as an add-on, what we have done recently, we have bought ourselves one of these things. I'll show you now. I don't know where the camera is. There. It's a Yoko. It's a card machine. And it was about 1,000 Rand, Rob, am I right? And I have to be quite honest with you, my other sidekick paid it off very quickly. But this has become now an essential. Because there are people who will carry cash. You don't have to have a great big float. Nope. If you don't have one of these, don't panic. You can use just use the give people your banking details so they can do their deposit. Yes, Rob?
I just don't, for heaven's sake, don't discount your product if you're going to use a Yoco, because they take 3%.
Yeah, so the Yoco is very useful for sidekick things for us. That's how it's working at the moment. And for, for building a little bit of cash flow, but you don't give distributor price with the Yoco. All right, any more questions? Anybody want to say anything? This teacher is done. Andre, over to you. Or anyone want to ask anything?
Yes, I would like to ask
Monica.
Yes, Monica Dube?
Go ahead, Monica.
Okay, morning, ladies, morning, gentlemen. Does the company have a Neolife branded tablecloth?
Okay. No, but Monica, talk to me if you're doing a market. I always contact Brandon at the head office, and I borrow their. If you get in early enough, you can borrow a banner from them. And we talk to me. We can sort that out quite quickly. For those of you who are far away from warehouses, that is more of a challenge. There probably are, their company does sell banners, but you have to have made quite a lot of money to justify doing that or having one made. So no, Monica, no, we don't have a branded tablecloth, but let's do something about it.
I think
Good
I could.
idea.
Thank you.
Sorry, Andre. Oh, Andre's disappeared. Monica, any more? That's an excellent suggestion. Any more questions, Monica? Yes, Rob?
So, Monica, I think if you go into the back office and you go down to that Postnet or whatever, select a couple of brochures that you got in on the back office. You can go and get them printed and maybe even laminated, whatever. Monica's done that before. And just put 2 or 3 of them on the table so people can see. It gives them also a conversation starting point. Oh, what's this? What does it do? And then you can explain that A4 paper that you've got.
Absolutely. Thank you for reminding me on. Yes, I have laminated. I got the idea actually from Nola. I've laminated a whole lot of Neolife pictures out of back pages of magazines or off the back office. Yeah. Also very useful.
Can I try and say something?
Yeah, Andre?
Because I've been dropped about 7 times already today from the meeting. About a tablecloth. I think we could actually make one ourselves. You could get the white cloth or whatever, and then you could go to one of these places that prints, and we've got all the logos and so on available on the back office. So they could print a Neolife logo on the corner of.
Yes, so I think Andre's idea is a very viable one, and probably a very cost-effective one as well. Lovely idea, Andre. She's got the major power internet issues going on there. Thank you, Monica. That has really that's triggered a good idea for us.
Thank you. One other thing that we normally use in our company is a banner.
Yes. Yes.
So I'll send you private photos about what we did this week. We had a road show from Mafeking up to Vereeniging, and the use of a banner attracted many people. Maybe we could, Monica, maybe in our group we could think of making a banner, maybe jointly. We share it, we share the costs. Whoever's going to have a market should be able to access the banner. And banners are also not very expensive. So if we maybe share costs at the beginning and see how best can we use the banner.
Excellent. Yes, you have to have something up that will attract attention. Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you.
Monica. Excellent. Any more questions on markets? Okay, so Andre, before you drop off again, have you got a few suggestions also to make for us in the coming year?
My my personal feeling about the new year is I feel very optimistic about it. I feel very much as if we're being given an opportunity for a new start, fresh start. We aren't starting from ground zero. We all have a foundation in place already from which we can jumpstart. So I feel very positively disposed about it. I hope that the whole team has got some of that sense of optimism creeping back in. And I came across an ebook, which I will forward on the WhatsApp group. I haven't read it yet, but the things I've been reading that led me to it suggest that it is really, really worth reading. And it's called The Success System That Never Fails, which sounds like a great idea to me. And so I'm offering it to you as Christmas season reading. I did read one person suggested that you take one of the chapters a week or a month and you read it and you ponder that one thing until it's deeply seated in your understanding before you go on to the next one. But anyway, use it as you wish. It's my Christmas gift to you all. Thanks for loyalty, for
Oh, Andre, we're missing you again. What a challenging morning Andre has had. Well, I also echo that. Thank you for the loyalty and consistency. And I think if we're going into the new year, I think if we could focus just on consistency as one of our main goals, to be consistent in the points that you do every month. We have been an amazing group with consistency in coming to this meeting. And Andre, you were saying loyalty, your gratitude for that. Are you back with us, Andre?
I am.
So,
it's been extremely frustrating morning for me, but I'm still here, which is a measure of my loyalty to the group. I would have pushed off long ago. No, I'm teasing you. And I do wish you all the blessings of the season, however that works. Yes, may we all have a successful year. I'm seeing 3 new directors sitting in this room in the coming year. Namely, Hamlin, Meryl, and Monica. Yes. So that's our dream for you. You've got to make it happen. We're here to cheer you on and support you as much as we can. And so all the best. Have a lovely holiday. And we can be in touch all along, but the meetings are over until, I forget the date, Monica.
Middle of January. Me too, Andre. Yeah. And so I echo that from Andre to wish us all amazing, peaceful, restful, and blessed Christmas and enjoy the rest that's coming now in the weeks ahead. But the company does not close except on public holidays. So look for opportunities to share in your backyard for those diamonds that are out there and find the diamonds.
Can I say something quickly?
Yes, Meryl.
Sorry, I hate to dampen your enthusiasm, but Andre knows the story. But I just really felt disappointed and dumped by somebody who approached me who wanted product for a health concern, with the possibility of signing up, not to do the business, but just to get the discount. And they'd also approached somebody else in the company who's a very successful, I don't know, director, I don't know what level they're at, but they're definitely high up, and was pipped at the post. And I really thought, these people know me, they're my friends, they will support me, because I said, compared to the other person, I'm small fry. And they went with the other person, and I just was gutted. So yeah, Andre, you know
Meryl-
what I'm talking about. I'm not mentioning any names.
Meryl, big hugs, big hugs. Meryl, you just stay strong, because my experience is that they do that. They'll be back.
No, but they've signed up under the other person.
Doesn't matter.
They can't-
Don't worry.
They can't jump ship.
Not at this stage. But that's why we're in it for the long haul. Yeah, I'm sorry. And,
Oh,
and, it,
anyway.
and it does happen, and it is very gutting. It's devastating.
They approached me, and this was the stupid
Yeah.
thing. I mean, it was the end of a very, very hard, dirty cleaning day at school. I sacrificed everything to go there at 5 o'clock after a huge thunderstorm. I left my product catalog with them, and I feel like phoning them and saying, "Excuse me, I'd like it back, please." Now,
You must, Meryl, you must get it back.
Absolutely.
You,
Yes.
Meryl,
No,
you
I-
must.
I
go
could wait
get
till
it.
Sunday and get it back on Sunday at church, but I thought, no, they must make the effort now, because I moved heaven and earth to get there.
No, you go and get it back from them. They must bring it back to you. That's
Yeah.
35, 40 rand, not to be
I know.
squeezed. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm quite sure the other person is talking about this product and that product, and they'll say, "Oh, let me just look it up. I've got this book here, Oh,
Yes. Meryl, that's your first, as soon as this meeting ends now, that's the first thing you're going to do.
yeah.
All right, take courage. Because that
Yeah.
is really the other thing that we have to keep reminding ourselves, to be courageous. And you know what? Eventually it comes back. So don't worry, just let it go. I know it's easier said than
Yeah.
done. It's happened to us as well.
Really.
Yeah,
just
to me
what-
too. I think it's happened to most people who are actually active.
Heck, Meryl, and Andre, you
Um,
also know the story. It's happened in the last 6 weeks to me, Meryl. Yeah.
Mm.
So just don't, I'll talk to you just now. All right.
No
So,
worries, thank you.
Call it a day. Monica Dube, you're going off to your party, and we're having a little bit of cake here this afternoon. If anybody's in Joburg, they're welcome to join us.
We may get crush you.
Good.
Alex and myself, we may get crush later.
Awesome.
But yeah, however, we are going to start preparing at 11 o'clock for the party.
And such a
hopefully-
worthwhile thing, Monica.
Yeah,
And that
yeah.
you're doing a good thing. They're helping at a charity. So Hermine, Meryl, Monica, Andre, thank you for everything, Andre. That everybody must know that Andre, without Andre, I don't know where we would be. We really, we honor you. We thank you. And without you, none of us would be here. So you and Murray have a good rest this holiday as well. And we look forward to January. All right. Cheerio, everyone. Have a lovely day.
Bye-bye. Happy Christmas, bye-bye.